Each month. Our next meeting will be a week from today at 4 o'clock. And the meetings are open to the public. You are always welcome to attend. In each meeting, we invite public participation. With this crowd, that will be somewhat limited today, and I would appreciate it if you would keep your remarks as concise as possible. If there's anyone here that would like to address the court, raise your hand if you would, please. Yes, please. Would you mind to come and step forward so we can hear you?
I'll try to. Can I just stand here, or?
Need you to stand up here so we can record your remarks, please. Thank you for your cooperation. Just tell us your name.
Okay, my name is Tracy Francis. I've got a farm out in Dunmore.
Okay.
I was born in Muhlenberg County.
Sure.
Lived for 20 some odd years. I was a commercial fisherman in Tampa, Florida for a long time. You know, I ended up getting sick down there. I was on hospice, and I was almost dead, and I survived hospice, and I thought, you know, I'm going to take the money I got and go back home and buy a farm. And I thought, this is the best place to go, Muhlenberg County, Kentucky. I thought, it's the best place to be free, raise my kids, which I have, and the schools are good, you know. And so I came back, and I've never been a political person, never got into politics, and I kind of hate it, really. I leave that up to you guys. Yeah, we vote you guys in for that, and don't like politics. But we've been forced to be political on this issue. And what we're seeing in like Virginia, with them going after law-abiding citizens' weapons, guns, you know, is a disgrace. And there's no mention of going into the inner cities, taking guns from criminals. They want to take guns from law-abiding citizens, good old boys, farmers, people who like to target practice, shoot. You know, not every hunter has a single-shot shotgun. They got semi-automatics, you know, a lot of duck hunters. And I think that a lot of these draconian bills that are being passed, which I think is going to happen in Kentucky with our new legislative, you know, with our new Democratic governor, we want to get ahead of the game here, you know, in Muhlenberg County. I think all the counties in Kentucky need to get ahead of the game and just show Kentuckians and the politicians that we're not going to wait around for them to take our rights away. Once they take away your Second Amendment right, it's just a trickle-down effect from that point on. I know that myself, I've come from a large city, you know, living there for 20 some years. Tampa, Florida is very dangerous. There's home invasions. You know, we carry guns to protect ourselves and our families. I myself cannot protect myself physically with fighting and all that nonsense. So, you know, I like to carry a gun, you know, and I'm a law-abiding citizen, and I just think that that's, you know, a right. And once you start taking that stuff away, it's just, you know, like domino effect. We're all property, and most of us here own property, and we've seen in other countries where they take away the guns, you know, they start taking away the property, other rights start, you know, being dissolved, and I just want to see that here in a great nation, United States, you know, and I'm proud to be a Muhlenberg County citizen. Thank you.
Well, we're proud to have you here, Mr. Francis, and thank you for addressing the court, and thank you for the spirit in which you've addressed the court.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Anyone else that would like to address the court? Yes, please. We'll ask you to do us the same favor, if you will, please.
Absolutely. I typed mine out last night because I'm very forgetful.
If you will, just tell us your name before you begin.
I'm Jordan Hooper. I've been a Muhlenberg County citizen for 22 years now, since I was too young to remember, and I reside in Greenville. We're all here today for an important cause, that's obvious. It goes without saying that our constitutional rights are under attack from many levels of government. We stand united as citizens today in Muhlenberg County, the Commonwealth of Kentucky, and as Americans who believe in our God-given right to protect ourselves, our loved ones, and our constitutional rights. The Second Amendment of the United States Constitution makes it very clear: a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state. The right of the people, us, to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. The people of this country also have what's called the right of revolution, if you haven't heard of that. Meaning it's the right and the duty of the people to overthrow a government that acts against their common interests or threatens the safety of the people without cause. What we're seeing in Virginia, as mentioned previously, is a textbook definition of tyranny and pure disregard of the will of the people. The people of Virginia have spoken, much as we're doing today. Unfortunately, they have been ignored. Virginia leaders are opening the door to what may be a revolution that the future generations read about in history books. With that being said, all of us here today don't condone violence. We stand strong beside our men and women in blue, our first responders, and with our local leaders. We as armed citizens have your all's back, just as we hope you all will have ours. We're here today to adopt a resolution which will hopefully prevent a situation similar to Virginia. We come here peacefully to project our voices on a matter which is important to us and much more important for the generations to come after us. Remember, this isn't just for right now, this is going to stay. Also, let us not forget, this is very important, the blood that has been shed for hundreds and hundreds of years to defend this very Constitution that we're here defending today. To those who gave all and those veterans who are still with us, we owe them our freedom and this resolution. We thank you for standing with us and securing our rights as citizens of this community and as Americans. The decision that is made today will ring out across the Commonwealth of Kentucky as well as across the nation. I encourage you all to vote in favor of making Muhlenberg County a 2A sanctuary today. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Richard. Thank you for your remarks and again for the spirit in which they were presented. Anyone else that would like to address the court?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Mr. Penley.
I have a different issue, and it's dry hydrants. I brought that to
My
judge's attention. And we have several in the county, and we have people who's wanting to install more. The thing is, guys, there is a procedure and a process for those things. And they have to be maintained, they have to be documented, they have to be tested every year. And everybody says, well, what is that? Okay. That's where they drive up to a hydrant in the county in a lake or something and hook a fire truck to it. And then they pump water in the tank and then they go to a fire. It's easy to say, hey, we gotta support fire. Guys, if it isn't done right, then it's useless. A pump on that truck should be able to pull the water out of that lake into that tank. You shouldn't have to have water in a tank again. There is a procedure for it. And we spend, well, I don't know exactly how much we do spend, but I know we had our road department spend 2 days out in my community with a road grader, a pickup truck, 2 men, a dump truck hauling gravel on the second day. So it makes 3 men in there. And it amounts to over $4,000 or $5,000. That's utterly ridiculous if it doesn't pay. In this particular instance, we had a fire out there a couple of years ago, 2 or 3 maybe. And instead of going to this dry hydrant, they drove farther before they could stay on blacktop to Weird to a dry hydrant. Yet we're maintaining this. Now, if we have 20 in the county at $3,000 or $4,000, that's $80,000 just to maintain these things that aren't usable. And the other side of it is, if they're not maintained properly, if they're not inspected, if they don't meet regulation, and one of our volunteer firemen get killed going to one of these silly things, then this county is as much responsible for it as anybody else. And I'm assuming that they do. So I'm asking, please consider stopping paying for this kind of stuff if they don't benefit the people of the county. In this particular instance, it doesn't. benefits the former fire chief of Frankfurt. So, I know that it's a necessary thing in some cases, but let's be selective. This county doesn't have a whole lot of money to waste and to pay unnecessary things. And this is my tax dollar, y'all, it's being used to pay for this kind of stuff. And I'm sorry, I don't appreciate it. As far as this Second Amendment, I back everything these gentlemen said so far. We the people own this country, nobody else. Thank you.
There was someone else that, yes, please.
I just have a petition to give you.
Sure. Tell us your names, please, sir.
My name is David Gillen. Gillen, G-I-L-L-O-N. About a month ago, when this stuff first started popping off from Virginia, a couple people decided to stop it before it started here. John Cartwright and a few others started a group called Kentucky United, helped bring everybody together and address the representatives. I felt strongly that somebody needed to do it from Muhlenberg, so I stepped up. And as you see, I don't really have to say a lot. People showed up today. They've done the petition. A lot of people put work into getting the word out. And it's pretty simple. I keep saying things y'all haven't already heard. And to me, it looks like y'all got support for whatever vote y'all need to do.
Thank you very much. We have heard from 3 gentlemen, actually 4, that have spoken in favor of the passing of a resolution. Is there anyone here that would like to speak against this possible resolution? Anyone? All right. Are there any final remarks from anyone that would like to address the court?
Yes, I'd like to speak if you don't mind, sir.
Yes, please.
Thank you. My name's Chuck Dangle. I'm a transplant. I was born in Virginia and I ended up out on the West Coast. Didn't like the way I saw things going on out there. Then I went to the Army for a while and I went over to Bosnia. And that's a place where the people who gave up guns got decimated. They agreed to give them up and they lost them and they lost a lot of their family members. And I don't want to see that happen here. And what keeps us safe is that Second Amendment. We got some great guys right here, but I live out past Graham. It takes me a little while to get out there. Sometimes I'm not home, it's just my wife and the children. And every one of them can shoot. So, out there we are now, until we come look up the south. But anyhow, that's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say that on behalf of my children.
Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it. Sir, would you tell us your last name again, please?
Bangle, B-A-N-G-L-E.
Thank you very much. All right, we're going to move on into the agenda. Item 2 on the agenda was public participation. Item 3 is to approve the clerk's December 2019 excess fees of $40,053.75. What is the pleasure of the court?
So moved. Subject to state audit.
Second.
Motion has been made by Magistrate Benton, seconded by Magistrate West, to approve item 3 on the agenda. Any questions or discussion? All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed, nay. That motion carries. Item 4 on the agenda is to approve the sheriff's December 2019 excess fees, $281,240.38. What is the pleasure of the court?
So moved, subject to state audit.
Motion has been made by Magistrate Jones, seconded by Magistrate Phillips, that we approve item 4 on the agenda. Any questions or discussion? All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay. That motion carries. Item 5 on the agenda is to approve the sheriff's 2019 final quarterly report fee budget. What is the pleasure of the court?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion has been made by Magistrate Benton, seconded by Magistrate Jones, that we approve item 5. Any questions or discussion? If not all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? And that motion carries. Item 6 on the agenda is to approve Muhlenberg County jailers, clerks, the sheriffs, and judge executive bonds. What is the pleasure of the court?
So moved.
Motion has been made by Magistrate Phillips and seconded by Magistrate West that we approve item 6 on the agenda. Any questions or discussion? If not, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? And that motion carries. Now we come to item 7 on the agenda, the item that has brought many of you to visit with us here in Muhlenberg County Fiscal Court today. In a moment, I am going to read to the gentlemen of the court and the ladies and gentlemen of the audience the resolution that has been prepared for consideration by this court. I will say prior to reading this resolution that since I've been judge, there has not been one issue that I've been contacted about more than I have in regard to this resolution. I've received many calls, many Facebook messages and social media messages in favor of such a resolution as this. I will say to the gentlemen of the court that I have received one person that was opposed to the resolution and one that was just undecided about it. But in a moment, I will read that resolution, and if we have a motion and a second to pass the resolution, I will speak to the resolution if I may, and give the gentlemen of the court the opportunity to do the same. This is a resolution declaring Muhlenberg County support for the Second Amendment. Whereas the Constitution of the United States is the supreme law of our nation, and whereas the Second Amendment to the Constitution states, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. And whereas the United States Supreme Court has affirmed an individual's right to possess firearms unconnected with service in the military for traditionally lawful purposes such as self-defense within the home, and whereas the United States Supreme Court has affirmed that the right of an individual to keep and bear arms as protected under the Second Amendment is incorporated by the Due Process Clause of the 14th Amendment against the states, and whereas the Muhlenberg County Fiscal Court is concerned about the passage of any bill containing language which could be interpreted as infringing the rights of the citizens of Muhlenberg County to keep and bear arms, and whereas the Muhlenberg County Fiscal Court wishes to express its deep commitment to the rights of all citizens of Muhlenberg County to keep and bear arms, and whereas the Muhlenberg County Fiscal Court wishes to express opposition to any law that would unconstitutionally restrict the rights of the citizens of Muhlenberg County to keep and bear arms, and whereas the Muhlenberg County Fiscal Court wishes to express its intent to stand for our Second Amendment rights and to oppose, within the limits of the Constitution of the United States and the Commonwealth of Kentucky, any efforts to unconstitutionally restrict such rights. Therefore, be it resolved that the people of Muhlenberg County, through their duly elected fiscal court, hereby request that our state and federal legislators pass no laws which could infringe on our constitutional Second Amendment right in order to preserve for the people of Muhlenberg County their rights guaranteed by the Constitution of the United States of America. Furthermore, that the Muhlenberg County Fiscal Court hereby expresses its intent to uphold the Second Amendment rights of the citizens of Muhlenberg County, Kentucky, and furthermore, that the Muhlenberg County Fiscal Court hereby declares its intents to oppose, within the limits of the Constitution of the United States and the Commonwealth of Kentucky, any infringement on the right of law-abiding citizens to keep and bear arms. We, the Fiscal Court of Muhlenberg County, Kentucky, through this resolution hereby declare our rights and freedom and our liberty as guaranteed by the Constitution of the United States of America, adopted this 15th day of January 2020. Do I have a motion to adopt and accept this resolution.
I make a motion, we approve this resolution.
Second.
Motion has been made by Magistrate Phillips, seconded by Magistrate Benton. When I was initially approached about this resolution, I had no reservation that it needed to be presented to this court. I'm one of you. I grew up here in Muhlenberg County. I love this county. I support our Constitution. I did that as a sheriff. I do it as a judge executive. But in my thinking, more importantly, I do it as an American citizen. So I was happy to bring this resolution to the table. I appreciate those that have contacted me in regard to their opinion and their thoughts, to express their concerns about what Muhlenberg County could do to show their support for the Constitution, and most especially for the Second Amendment. After being approached with this and developing this draft, and I can tell you that this is somewhat generic. There are other counties like Hopkins County that I think adopted this very resolution. I think the only changes, as far as I know, is it says Muhlenberg County Fiscal Court versus Hopkins County Fiscal Court. So I don't want to come across as saying that this is original with me. It's not, but I like it, and I like it very much. Magistrate West had mentioned that Andrew Bullock, one of our magistrates, was not able to be here tonight. He's receiving a very prestigious award for some agricultural products that he's produced, and we're grateful for that. But he said to me, he said, "Sheriff, please express my support for this particular resolution." Crystal Smith, our county court clerk, came to my office today, and I showed her a copy of this resolution. And I said, "Mrs. Smith, I've got a place here for you to sign at the bottom of this page next to my name. Are you willing to do that?" She said, "I will happily sign my name to and support the adoption of this resolution." And then I also met with our sheriff. I felt like it was important for me, out of respect for his position, to talk to him about his thoughts in regard to this resolution. He again was not hesitant in any capacity. He said, "I'm behind it all the way. Stand behind our court, stand behind the people of this county, and certainly stand behind the Constitution of the United States, and I support that resolution." So I wanted to make the court aware of those particular people that had expressed their concern about this resolution. Any questions or comments from the magistrates?
Judge, thank you. Again, I want to thank everybody that came out and very passionate on this issue. We wish every meeting was like this. We really do. I know that we don't have a major turnout, but we have a lot of concerned citizens on other issues as well. I know a lot of you are thinking right now that the word sanctuary is not in there, and that's going to upset some folks, and they're going to think that we haven't gone along with the will of the people. But I really feel like that the Second Amendment is our sanctuary, along with the rest of the amendments. And I support this resolution. It's saying that this board, elected by you people, stand by not only the Second Amendment, but the entire Constitution of the United States of America. And I've been proud to serve as an EMT for 40 plus years. I've been, served both in elective office, as an EMT, a firefighter, and even in law enforcement. And I think that with this turnout, that these people care. They really do. And I think, again, some are going to be upset because the sanctuary word is not in there. But I really feel like this court thinks that the Second Amendment is our sanctuary, and we'll fight it till the end, as we will the rest of it in the entire Constitution.
Thank you very much, Magistrate West. Anyone else from the court that would like to speak regarding this issue?
I would, Judge. Again, thank you all for being here. I'm going to give you my opinion of what I think is going to play out in the legislature. I really don't think these bills, and I've had the opportunity to read some of these bills, and bill requests that have been filed from, I think, Jefferson and Fayette County, just like the ones you all have read. I really don't think it'll get out of committee unless they use it for political purposes to make the House vote on it on the floor publicly. But I do appreciate you all getting ahead of this. As I thought about this, living in the Bible Belt, 35 years ago, the churches never had the suspicion that abortion would become legal in this country. And so this is another right that we have that I appreciate that you all stepped up. I'm proud to support this, and again, I think it's our duty to do that.
You're good. Anyone else?
I'd just like like to say thank you for all coming. I'm backing you 100%.
Any final comments?
I guess I will just echo these same statements. I'm not gonna repeat what was said, but we 100% back this. But most of all, I'm so proud of the support that came out today. Thank you for coming.
I appreciate what these magistrates have said to give us their input in regard to their thoughts about this resolution. And Magistrate West said, we wish we had these kind of crowds regularly, and truly we do, because I personally believe, what I think many of you believe, that our government is by the people and for the people, not by special interest groups and for the money. It's by the people, for the people. And so I hope you feel as though your voice has been heard. Certainly it was heard loudly and clearly by me. And again, I appreciate those of you that have contacted me concerning this particular item on our agenda. So at this time, Magistrate Phillips, how do you vote? Yay or nay?
Yay.
Magistrate Jones, how do you vote? Yay or nay?
Yay.
Magistrate Benton, yay or nay?
Yay.
Magistrate West, yay or nay?
Yay.
This motion passes unanimously.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, again, we thank you for being here. There are several other items on our agenda. We would welcome you to stay until our court is over, but if any of you would like to leave, certainly you may feel free to excuse yourself. This fine gentleman.
I'd like to say, sir, I'm very appreciative for the fact that you told me strong enough, willing enough to stand up and walk
Marty,
right.
just a moment. If you're going to exit, if you can do that as quietly as possible as this gentleman is speaking, we would appreciate that.
By the way, my name's Mike Brooks. I don't know whether you remember me or not.
I remember you well.
We did each other a long time
Very
ago.
well.
I think it's really great, gentlemen, that you all stood up and did stuff for what's right. I don't know whether this thing will do a thing for us because of the other governments except for above us, and I know you fellas haven't got any control over that. But I appreciate the fact so much that you were willing to put your line on the document and stand up for our rights. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
You're welcome.
Absolutely.